So yesterday, as some of you would have seen, I was fortunate enough, or lucky enough, or whatever you call it, to be successful on buying two lots in a property auction. Two of the lots, one of them's got a block of 2 flats only, but ready to go, and I should be able to get some lending on this quite quickly. In fact, she's just speaking to brokers now. Maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, but you can still get some form of lending on property auctions as well. It doesn't always have to be a bridge. As long as you pick the right lenders and you do the right things, the right property, there's not much work to be done to it. You can get lending arranged as we are doing now with a standard buy-to-let mortgage. A bit more expensive, but I'm taking it on a open product, so no fixed fee, but what that will allow me to have no ERC, no early repayment charges when I come to title splitting those two flats from each other. So that's the first thing. The second thing that's happening that I've been working on today is to basically work out the logistics of purchase for both blocks. So I've just come off the phone to the auctioneers again today. I was looking in a special conditions pack, and there seemed to have been a typo, because when I spoke to the auctioneers yesterday, he said to me it was a 4-week completion on one of them, and on the other one also 4 weeks. But on the second one, the bigger block of commercial and 4 flats, we agreed that this was going to be extended to 6 weeks. And so I've just had a conversation with him now to say, look, right now the smaller block has only got a completion for 2 weeks, and he then tells me that it looks like it's a typo from the solicitors. So he's just spoken to the seller now, and we've just agreed that that would also complete in 6 weeks' time as well, which buys me a heck of a lot of time. I mean, it was going to be okay to do 4 week as we stood, but right now with 6 weeks completion, it really buys me a little bit more breathing room. So nobody's stressing about getting surveyors in, mortgage offer out, legals done, and completion. So I just wanted to almost showcase the next bit of what happens in an auction. So once you've bought it, the hard work then starts. In the second case, the bigger block of flats, I've decided now, I've raised some investor finance that I will not really be using bridging. And when I looked at some bridging cost with my really good broker, who hates me because I never take a bridge, because they make quite good money on their bridging arrangement fee. But when we looked at a bridging, just in case we needed it, so to borrow around something like, it was about 450,000 on the bridge, was going to cost me for 6 months, was going to cost me all in, that's including arrangement fees, valuation fees, legal fees, which was around kind of 7 odd grand, and then interest at 0.75 per month, and then for 6 months, it ballpark was going to work out another £30,000. So not only do I borrow 450,000, but it will cost me £30,000 in 6 months. That's something that really contributes towards my profit on these projects. So what I tend to do now is, if all my funds are tied up, which it is at the moment, we're getting some refinance done at the moment, but they are not the fastest at the moment. So some money will come out, but the bulk of the money is still tied up in some projects that I've been kind of almost finishing now, some of the HMOs and other blocks of flats I've bought. But in the meanwhile, what I've done is actually approach some of the investors and offered them pretty much similar rates that we're paying the bridger, less the arrangement, valuation, and legals. So it costs me less money as a company, but also what it does is actually rewards the investors for, albeit 3 or 6 months time, depending on who and how much they want to stay in, and they earn some money on top of their investment. Because right now, £100,000 left in the bank in a instant access account will get them £8.33 per month, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm paying around £400 per month, so on each £100,000. So there are some good ways of actually looking at how you do things in terms of financing. In my case, I've got a network of investors. So Quiddity Capital now goes live this month, and we're now systematizing the investor finance that we start using. One, because I don't want to keep losing good deals, because yesterday I could have bought another 2 blocks of flats, but I'd already committed a lot of the funds already. So If you're interested in any of these things, whether it's getting into title splitting, so book some coaching sessions with me. I offer one-to-one coaching for an hour at a time, or you can jump onto my 12-week coaching program where I will walk you through the almost the process of title splitting, from how do you source them, how do you buy them, what are you looking for, how do you then finance them, and also the legal processes of splitting those titles and creating leases. If you're interested in that, send me a direct message and we can go from there. Failing that, have a look at my books that I've done that I've written on Amazon, but also, there's a lot of content that I put out on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also and on Instagram as well. So have a look at those. If you are looking to get into property development, or actually some of the advanced strategies like HMOs and definitely title splitting, have a look at those, and then ping me any message or any kind of comments you have. I'll see you in the next video.